Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to start cooking for dinner today. A little bit tired, but this should be a pretty quick one. It's gonna be sauteed squid with cauliflower rice on the side and a okra mushroom mixture as well. Super good. I hope you guys like it and keep watching. So here are the ingredients. I have a pound of squid here. Got this from Whole Foods. It's only about $8 or $9 for a pound, so that's a pretty good price for a protein, especially seafood. Then I have two different types of mushrooms. I have shiitake here, and this is a gourmet mix. I'm going to saute that with some okra and season it with salt, pepper, all the other good stuff, and fresh thyme. And then I also have the frozen cauliflower rice from Trader Joe's, and obviously an onion for the vegetables. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take care of the vegetables because the squid just has to be sauteed for maybe 5 minutes. So I'm going to put the cauliflower on a pan with some olive oil, cut up the mushrooms and the okra and get those on a pan as well. So I have the onion going here. I'm sauteing it in some olive oil. It's one small onion. Now I'm ready to add the mushrooms. So the key to mushrooms is that they're well seasoned, and then you're also adding it to a very hot pan so you could get nice and caramelized edges. Otherwise, they have a lot of liquid, so they might essentially steam themselves. So I'm going to add the mixture that I got here straight to the pan and mix that around. This is actually baby bella, shiitake mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms. So let that mix around for a bit. I also don't want to crowd the pan, otherwise, like I said, it's going to steam itself. And then I also have the other shiitake mushrooms that I got. I cut up the rest into smaller pieces, but I just wanted to show you, I don't wash mushrooms like under the water. I just take a damp paper towel and I wipe the outside. I cut the stem out, I throw that out. I wipe down the mushroom, then I can cut it up and add it to the pan. So I'm going to season them now. I'm going to add some red chili flakes, some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder and onion powder, and then the fresh thyme as well. You can add a little bit more olive oil to the mushrooms if you see that they are sticking to the pan. Mushrooms typically need a little bit more olive oil than any other vegetable, so that's fine. I'm going to add the fresh thyme as well. So I'm just going to remove the leaves and put them straight into the pan. Now you see it's only a stick that's left over. And then let that mix together. It smells amazing. Some of the okra already, but I wanted to show you also how I do it. So here are the okra pieces. I cut off the ends and I just cut them lengthwise so you have little pieces like this. They do look kind of funny. They have like seeds in them and the inside is a little bit slimy. Don't worry, that doesn't mean that the okra went bad. It's just that's the vegetable. And it actually goes away when you saute it. But I think that is part of the reason why they add okra to gumbo is because it thickens the gumbo, or one of the reasons. But okra is great and I highly recommend it. So I took the mushroom mixture out of the pan. I'm going to add the okra to this pan. I didn't clean it or anything. It's still the same one. I'm adding the okra. I'm going to saute this and season it. And then once it's nice and brown, that's when I'm going to re-add the mushrooms. But if I added the okra to the mushrooms right now, the mushrooms would get overcooked and get rubbery, and we don't want that. So the okra has been sauteing for a little bit. It's nice and brown, you can see. And I'm gonna re-add the mushroom mixture. Let that mix all together, get those flavors going. And then I'm gonna show you how I prepared the squid and how I'm going to saute that. Again, that's gonna be super, super quick and easy. So that's the last thing that I want to do. The cauliflower rice is done over here. I don't know if I told you guys, but I just put it in the pan with some olive oil, let that saute, and then I put onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and that's it. Everything else is going to be so flavorful that I don't think I need to add anything else to this cauliflower rice. So I cut up most of the squid already, but as you can see, you get two types of squid. This is just like a tube like this, and then I just cut it lengthwise so that there are little circles like fried calamari, like that. And then you have these ones with the tentacles. If it was a big piece, then I cut it in half. If not, then I would just have one piece like this. So I washed and dried the squid. You want to make sure that the squid is dry, because when you add it to the pan, you don't want it to steam, you want it to sear, because you want those crispy edges on the squid. I'm going to saute it in grapeseed oil, not olive oil, because grapeseed oil is better for the heat. You want the pan to be really hot, and that way you only saute for about 3 to 5 minutes depending on the squid that you have. I'm gonna season it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and some cayenne. All right, here we go. Sizzling.
And here's the finished product. I have the crispy squid with the okra and mushroom mixture and some cauliflower rice on the bottom.